Hello again, 8th grade Grizzlies. This is Miss Brown, and this is going to be some extra practice at using Newton's second law, which is the formula force equals mass times acceleration. Okay, this is just going to be a little bit of extra practice to make sure you understand how to manipulate or move that formula around to solve for either force, mass, or acceleration. Okay, so I'm going to actually draw the triangle over here. Okay, so force equals mass times acceleration. You need acceleration, you cover up the A. Acceleration is force divided by mass. And if you're asked to solve for mass, mass is force divided by acceleration. So I'm just going to do a few of these. All right, first one. A baseball with a mass of 0.15 kilograms accelerates towards the catcher at 580 meters per second square. What force was the ball thrown? Okay, they've given you the mass and they've given you the acceleration. Force is what you're looking for. So you're going to use force is mass times acceleration. So your force is equal to your mass, 0.150 kilograms, times your acceleration, 580 meters per second square. And you're just going to multiply. This force equals m times a. So you have 0.150 times 580. Your force is 87 newtons. All right. Okay, the next one. It says, while painting your house, you drop a paint bucket off the house. It accelerates toward Earth at 9.8 meters per second square with a force of 49 newtons. How much does the paint bucket weigh? All right. So, again, let me draw my triangle. All right, so what am I given? They're giving you the acceleration, which is 9.8 meters per second square. And they've given you the force in newtons. That's your force. So they're asking you, instead of saying how much does the bucket weigh, they should say what is the mass, but that's the same thing for this. They're asking you to find the mass. So you cover up the m. The formula you need is mass is force divided by acceleration. Okay. All right, so your mass is equal to your force, 49 newtons, divided by your acceleration, 9.8 meters per second square. Remember, your mass is always in kilograms. Okay, so we're going to do 49 divided by 9.8, and your answer is 5. Okay, next one. I'm going to go ahead and draw in my triangle. Okay, you and your friend are goofing around in the hall. You take off running. As you turn the corner, you run into the back of the principal with a force of 256 newtons. Your principal has a mass of 64 kilograms. At what rate did you accelerate your principal? They're asking you to find acceleration. Okay? So the information you're given is a force of 256 newtons, and your principal's mass is 64 kilograms. So, acceleration is force divided by mass. So your acceleration is your force, 256 newtons, divided by mass, 64 kilograms. So acceleration, again, is always in meters per second square. So you're going to take 256 divided by 64, and your answer is, poor Mr. Dixon got accelerated 4 meters per second squared. Okay, I'm going to do just a few more, and that will be the end of this video. In the parking lot, you run and jump into a shopping cart with a force of 171 newtons and accelerate to a rate of 3 meters per second squared. What is the combined weight of you and the shopping cart? Okay, so I don't like the fact that they're using weight, so we're going to make mass because that's what they're asking for. All right, so they're asking you to find mass. Mass is force divided by acceleration. All right, so your force is 171 newtons. Your acceleration is 3 meters per second square. So your mass of you in the cart is 171 newtons divided by 3 meters per second square. So the mass, kilograms. So you have 171 divided by 3, 57 kilograms. Okay. All right, while flying your new drone, a gust of wind blows the 7.5 kilogram object with a force of 45 newtons. At what rate did the wind accelerate your drone? All right, accelerate. Acceleration is what we're looking for. So cover up the A. Acceleration is force divided by mass. All right, so the force was 45 newtons. The mass was 7.5 kilograms. So my acceleration is equal to my force, 45 newtons, divided by 7.5 kilograms, meters per second squared. So I'm going to plug in my numbers, 45 divided by 7.5, and my answer is 6 meters per second squared. All right, last one. While driving to a party, the car in front of you slams on the gas and accelerates his large, obnoxious truck, which happens to weigh 1,950 kilograms to a rate of 8 meters per second square. What was the force? What force was exerted onto the truck? All right, let's draw a triangle. Okay, so they give you the mass, which is 1,950 kilograms, and acceleration is 8 meters per second square. They're asking you to find the force. Force is mass times acceleration. F equals m times a. So my force is equal to m times a. So my force is equal to my mass, 1950 kilograms, times 8 meters per second squared. My force is in newtons. So we're going to do 1950 times 8. Force was 15,600 newtons. Okay, so problems, there's more to this packet that I'm doing. I will upload them for you if you want to do them on your own. They're not mandatory, but you can do them on your own. So questions 7 through 12, if you so choose to do them, questions 7 through 12 will have a little QR code right here. Work out the problem, then scan the QR code, and it will give you a way to check your answer. Okay, so those will be uploaded into Schoology. It'll say practice questions with QR code, and like I said, that'll be a way for you to check. All right. So, like I said, this is just a little extra practice on using the F equals m times a formula for Newton's second law.